everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday. How are you this Sunday afternoon? Tell me about your day and what you are grateful for on this Sunday afternoon. The sun is shining a little bit. It's peeking through behind you. Behind you. I see some light out there. It is out there a little bit today, although it was a little cooler than I thought it was going to be. The wind was going when I went outside. The wind was going. I've been most of my day at my desk. Most of the day at my desk. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle and the Pets of Resale. It is early treat time. Early treat time, I tell you, on this Sunday afternoon. It's like you're getting treats at halftime. It's like the seventh inning stretch. I'll work on some other analogies of why you get treats early, but you get treats early. There you go, Dazzle. I know Dazzle's excited. Probably confused, too, because Dazzle gets confused with that when I'm on at the wrong time. Snow, yuck. We had some yesterday. Yesterday that killed, it put a damper. It didn't kill Super Saturday, but it did put a damper on Super Saturday because it hit in the afternoon when we're normally busier, and it was just more of a slushy mess. There's no evidence of it now, and it went to all rain, and there's no evidence that there was snow here. But it's definitely cooled off from a couple days ago. It was like 60 something. Now it's now it's all dark and gray and stuff. And we got the winter solstice on Tuesday. The winter solstice on Tuesday, which is the longest day of darkness. Right? That's the winter solstice on Tuesday, and so we will have that coming this week. So but there's a lot to be grateful for on this as we head into Christmas week here, and there is a lot of things to find us grateful for. And that's what I like to focus on is all the things that we have to be grateful for, and those are a plenty. We have plenty to be grateful for as we head into this holiday week, and as we look back at all the things we have to be grateful for. So I don't want to minimize that, because it really is. It is good. I mean, there's a lot of good. Sure, there's headwinds and things that the media wants you to be scared about, Omicron and everything else, and that's not to say it isn't real, but it is. But we have to deal with that as part of our ongoing life. Omicron and whatever Greek letter they come up with next to describe whatever comes next is, we just have to stay focused and keep on moving forward. Because looking backwards isn't an option. Or living backwards isn't an option. It's okay to look backwards for knowledge and lessons. But we need to look forward and have, we have many blessings to look forward to, and so that I am very excited for. Well, I'm going to get started here tonight on my early night tonight, or late afternoon, early evening tonight, and I'll get you all up to date on what's going on. Tonight, we always start our program with the Good Morning, Good Night book. We always start with the Good Morning, Good Night book, and tonight, if you are following along in the book, we're on page 108. Good morning. You are stunning. Use your power wisely. I like that. That's short and sweet. Let's see here. I know I had a quote from Simon here tonight, which is just perfect. When we admit what we don't know, it increases the chance that someone who does know will offer to help. Think about that. When we admit what we don't know, it increases the chance that someone who does know will offer to help. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You know, I mean, if our technology-driven society has taught us anything, okay, you don't have to know it all to know it all. And that's true in your business. That's true in your life. I mean, yes, you can Google it, okay, but apply that learning to your business, okay? Apply that learning to your team, okay? You don't have to be the smartest team member. You don't have to be the team member that knows it all, okay? You can be there and take in and step back and let the knowledge of others fill in the gap, and let the knowledge and willingness of others help lift you and your business up, and really help take you to the next level. Because it's so important that we lift each other up, that we lift up and we keep aspiring to the next level. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, but I'm going to come to that in just 1 second. I'm going to talk about steps. There's a couple of other things that I had to let you know are going on in the world. A couple of things happening in the world, just so that you are in the know, so that you are informed. So you are informed about what is happening out there. Chico's, and again, the last mile is where it's at right now, and especially as we're in the last week, with supply chain issues, with what's on the shelf, what's sold out. This is the time where, not even Amazon may save you. And so Chico's is teaming up with, of all people, Walmart, okay, to do 2-hour delivery from Chico's stores. So Walmart will be delivering for Chico's. And that is an interesting pairing. That is a very interesting pairing, of two, very different customers. The Chico's customer and the Walmart customer are not one and the same, but Walmart has the delivery network. Walmart has the infrastructure, and Chico's is betting on that to help them with last-minute Christmas deliveries and to help them reach their customers. So that is really huge that Chico's is teaming up with Walmart for that. And part of what Walmart's doing it is not only to decrease the cost of their own deliveries, okay, by doing deliveries for other companies, but they're doing it for the data grab, so that they know what you're doing, so they know what's happening and what people are buying and where they're shopping. So Walmart is doing this partially to decrease their costs of delivery, but they're also doing it for information. And gaining insights. So that is very important. I just found this funny. Uber Eats has made its first food delivery to space, of all places. Uber Eats has delivered to the International Space Station by sending a bag of food up with a space tourist that went up on a Russian cosmonaut, Russian Soyuz capsule, excuse me. And so while the International Space Station can't, just get out the app and order and have it there in a few minutes, they do get to say that they had their Uber Eats package in space. God only knows how much that costs them to be able to say that, but they can say that now. Sex and the City, okay, and it is getting a reboot. That's one of the shows that has gotten a remake and is back on the air on HBO. I think it's HBO Max. I don't think it's on regular HBO. I don't really know. I don't subscribe to it. but it was Sex and the City was big in its time, um, for making fancy things down to earth, whether it was fancy purses, fancy shoes, fancy drinks. It brought those things mainstream. Okay. It brought a lifestyle. It brought things mainstream. And it was a really big cultural shift with Sex and the City. It really had an impact that shows before it didn't have. It wasn't just a bunch of girlfriends living in the city and chit chatting. It was really, um, some of the things they did, from their shoes to their purses, to their drinks, became societal and cultural norms, and things that were accepted, or aspired to. Really, aspired to is probably a better word for it in society, and it really helped those industries. And I know that's weird, where one show can have such a cultural impact. Um, but its reboot is having it in two different ways so far. It's only been on a couple of weeks. The episodes have only been on a couple of weeks now. It is my understanding. Again, I have not seen it. I have not seen the reboot. Okay, but it has already had an impact in two areas that is really important. One, very important to you. First, it had a negative impact on Peloton. Okay, one of the characters had a heart attack, and they said he was exercising on his Peloton, and that sent Peloton stock tumbling. And it actually had Peloton create a very expensive ad in response to it. In like 48 hours, they had a new TV ad that spoofed off of it, actually, to try to regain market share. I mean, Peloton's got problems right now, high costs, and now that people can get out, their product was flying high during during the pandemic, when people were forced to stay at home. But now that people can get out, people aren't buying them in the way that they were during the early days of the pandemic. But I do give them credit for coming up with a snappy ad really fast, to combat that image that the character could die on the Peloton. And they actually get Sex and the City characters in it, and it was really well done. Their ad to try to combat it. Very expensive. Again, venture capital is wonderful if you want to spend lots of money. The other thing that it is having an impact on is resale. Okay, so this version of Sex and the City is having a direct impact on resale. And ThredUp has partnered with them. So you can get Sex and the City resale closets, okay? And part of Sex and the City now is sustainability, where it was all fancy stuff in the earlier version. It's fancy, but it's resale now. So you can thrift their looks of the characters in Sex and the City. You could be doing this in your store. ThredUp has their closets, and at thredup.com/thecity to browse 3 distinct closets full of hundreds of thrifted styles to make you dress like Sex and the City. And that is really interesting. That is an awesome partnership, an awesome tie-up. It's often that, you see, like, after the award shows, you see all different stores say, look like the runway for less, and show what stars were wearing in similar looks that you can buy at resale. But this is actually a live, ongoing show that is doing this. And so this is huge for resale. This really lifts up resale. Okay, so this is general money out there that is being a huge lift up to resale to help you you can use this information to level up, to take yourself to the next level. How can you do Sex and the City? I mean, that would pay for the subscription to HBO Max just there to watch the show and see what looks you can do in your store each week after another episode drops. What looks could you add to your store and advertise as looks like Sex and the City? It is a huge opportunity and certainly worth taking a look at. Had a lot of conversations this week, so I need to hit on a few points real quick. I've talked a lot about leveling up and taking your business to the next level. And that has been, I almost feel like this is like April 2020, May 2020, when I'm talking about leveling up and taking your business to the next level, and that you can take the next step and we can get there. Because I've had some of you this weekend and this week that are like really scared. How are we going to level up again? How are we going to take the next level? And there's a couple things that I want to set your mind at right now. First is that leveling up isn't you get there and you're done. Okay, your business is not finite. Your business is infinite. You should have an infinite mindset for your business. There isn't an ending to your business. Okay, your business doesn't get to a point and stop. Your business is a living, breathing organism that will continue to grow. And so you need to help it grow. Part of when you level up, when you climb up that next step, and each step can be hard, but when you get there, okay, and I want you to appreciate that you have gotten there. When you get to that next step, and you have climbed so many steps over the last 2 years, but when you climb there, I don't want you to fear the next step, okay? I don't want you to fear what so often you're fearing is this staircase as you look up that just goes on forever. Don't fear the staircase. Don't fear the next step. Just worry about the next step. Worrying about how you're going to get to the next level. And we're going to help you there. We're going to help you get to that next level. We're going to help you take that next step up to get up to where you need to be. But that step and where you are on that staircase is different for all of us in business. Okay, and different for each and every one of us. But that opens up, that unlocks like the next level so you can see it. But you also have to keep in mind that what got you here, what got you to the level you're at, the tools, the team that got you there may or may not get you to the next step. Just may or may not, and that's okay. Some people that and some tools that got you there will assist in getting you to the next level. They will help and they will continue to grow with you as you go to that next level. And some of those tools will be back there on the other step and you'll say, hey, that's okay. That got me to that level. But now I needed a different tool. Okay, it's just different tools in your tool belt to level up. And so try to think about that as a mindset, as a way of being. We're going to talk more about it in the coming weeks. But I want you to think about that as a mindset and a way of being. The other thing is, I have talked to several of you lately, okay, and it bothers me. This one really bothers me, so I want you to think about this for a second. We used to call, my dad was the town pharmacist. And we used to call my mother Dr. Seuss. And, my mother would get out. This is pre-Google. So this is pre-Google. She would get out, and even after Google, she would still get this out because this is what we had in the pharmacist's house. We would have the physician's desk reference, the PDR, okay, which was a massive book. Okay, I don't have anything here that is, these books, the physician's desk reference, were big books. I mean, they would make encyclopedia volumes look small, and the print was even smaller. Okay, and anytime my mother had a symptom or got on a new pill or did something, she would open up the PDR, and oh my God, she would have everything that was remotely wrong. Would turn into a big to do. It would turn into, she had all these ailments and all these things. And if you told her you had something, she would get out the PDR and she'd jump right to all the other things. So where am I going with this? The PDR was not a replacement for a doctor. You had one of those also. I figured you did, Adele, with your father being the veterinarian. It all follows the same stuff. Well, the PDR is not a doctor, and neither is Google. Google is not a doctor. Okay, so often today you think you have something not feeling just right, and rather than go to your doctor because the copay is high, or you can't get an appointment with that doctor and you don't want to advocate for yourself, you just go to Google and you see what to do or what you need. Google is not a doctor. There is no doctor in front of Google. We used to call my mother Dr. Seuss, okay, because she would come up with all these things, is what we would call my mother, because the way she would read it, versus my father, the more logical pharmacist who could interpret it more objectively. And would actually talk to doctors all day. My mother would just take what this is and go off on a tangent. And I have had several of you with various medical things lately, and you're diagnosing yourself by Google, and Google is not a doctor. Google is a great book, but it is not a replacement for a doctor. And if you think you should have seen a doctor, you should have already seen a doctor. So don't put your health at risk. There is only one of you. Don't put your health in the hands of Google. Don't put your health in the hands of Google. See a real doctor. It is not, you are not saving anything. You are not saving anything. And more importantly, I want you to save yourself. I want you to stay healthy. I want each and every one of you to stay healthy, happy and healthy. Which brings me to my holiday part of today's message, okay, which is to keep joyful, be joyful this holiday season, okay? So often we talk about just gathering with friends and family. I want you to do what brings you joy this holiday season, whatever that is. I want to see the smile on your face. I want to see the joy in your heart, and to truly take a break and find joy. We talked the other day, I didn't tell you why I'm going to be on early tonight, and I implied that I was done shopping. I was done holiday shopping. Well, I am done. Okay, and so why I am on early tonight is because we are going away. We are going away tonight, and we are going back to Disney. So we were just there in November, just over a month ago. We were in Disney. Actually, we got back less than a month ago, I think, right? And right, is that right? We were gone the week of the. When did we get back? Oh, yeah, we got back the 21st. So we got back less than a month ago, and we are going back to Disney because it is Rebecca's joyful place, because we got a deal, and I said, sure, let's go. Rather than look for all the reasons that we shouldn't go now, that we were just there, I said, the heck with it. Click book. I said, can I go to bed now if we book? But I also said, don't even be looking for a card for me this holiday season. I said, don't be looking for a card. And if everybody is okay not looking for a card or a gift, I said, book it. And I said, let's just go. And we had an opportunity to get a deal if we flew out Sunday night and we fly back Christmas Day, that we could get away again. And I said, go for it. Let's go for it. Because we need to take more opportunities to turn ourselves off, to disconnect from work, to take the time for our own well-being, And supposedly we're going to have a tiny bit less 24/7 Disney this time around. Okay, supposedly we're slightly less 100% booked. Is what my understanding is. But I said, just do it, just do it. And so we are excited about that. I am excited to get away again. I will not be on this Wednesday, but I will be back on Sunday. I will be back on Sunday because we're going to disconnect and we are going to enjoy this time that we have together. Because time is fleeting, people. Time is fleeting. And so taking time for enjoyment, taking time to disconnect and recuperate is important. I mean, I have not, other than the Wednesday night show, I have not been on, I have not done any Facebook posting or reading on Facebook. And I know there's I have a lot of notifications to catch up on, and I might on the plane tonight catch up on some of my notifications, but I know I'm behind on that. And that's okay. I'm not stuck in the death scroll of Facebook because I have not been on that scroll. I haven't scrolled it since Tuesday because that is the most important thing that I'm doing for my family or for my business. I have people that can Facebook, okay, for the business side of things. And yes, I have, there are things that I'm interested in, but I can catch up on that in compartmentalized groups and be aware of it. And so that is part of how we do this. That's part of how we roll. And that's part of what we're doing. So I am excited about that. That is how I get off the holiday gift train. And that is what we are doing this week. And that is where we're headed to the airport now. So that is exciting. So I want you to have a joyful week. I want you to have a joyful holiday. And I want you to connect and find joy in things and not use Google as a doctor. Not use Google as a doctor. That is my message for you tonight. This video and everything I talk about, goes over to narts.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, all the files, all the links, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, you can ring the bell. Ring it so you know when another video drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. Yes, it is. An experience is awesome. We are very excited to have an experience. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. I am skipping, as I mentioned, this coming Wednesday. I'm taking the day off. But I will be back next Sunday at more 8 than ish. Next Sunday for our regular self-care Sunday at more 8 than ish. With new lessons from my trip, I'm sure. We will have great lessons from the holidays as we look a day past Christmas. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's how we roll. Tonight, we're on page 108 for our good morning. Good morning. You are stunning. Use your power wisely. Our good night tonight is good night. You are stunning. Lay down your burdens. There's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even, a holiday cookie swap. I don't know. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. I even submitted my conference workshop idea today. We will party again. But until then, and until next Sunday at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'm off to the most happiest place on earth, Disney World. I'll see you soon.